Hey guys, welcome back to The Crafty Couple. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed the video enough to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We'd love to have you be a part of the family. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for the continued support that you guys give us. As always, if you do enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments which project's your favorite.
For this first project, you will need two 8x10 canvases, and a way that I have found that is even easier than pulling out all the staples is to grab one of these knives and cut along all the canvas, and then you can just rip it off the very front. It's okay to leave all the staples in on this project, and then I grabbed one of these puzzles from Dollar Tree, and we would just be using the wood on the back for this project, and that will be the base of our tray. What I did was just take one of the canvases and trace it out so I knew where to cut. I would recommend cutting this with a handsaw. In a second, I do show you that I use a jigsaw to cut it, but for this puzzle, for whatever reason, it started splintering and kind of throwing pieces up, and I just don't want any accidents to happen, so please use a handsaw or something else. Once that was cut, I grabbed one of these 5-gallon stir sticks, and we get ours from Walmart, and they work really well for a ton of different projects. I just measured about how tall I wanted it, and it is 9 inches, so you will need 2 stir sticks for this project. And this was totally safe to cut with the jigsaw, there was no issues with that. Now for the handle that goes across, this is just a wooden dowel from Walmart. Dollar Tree does have wooden dowels, but they aren't very thick, and I felt like it balanced just a little bit better with one of these. You can use the Dollar Tree ones though, no problem. And I cut it about 10 inches so that it can go all the way across. And just like every other piece that we cut, you will just want to sand it down slightly. I will be using the Minwax Dark Walnut stain to stain all of it. Once the stain has dried, we will start assembling it all together. So you will grab the first canvas and flip it over, and then glue that puzzle piece on top. In the end, I did use 3 canvases. The tray, when I added everything together, it didn't look very balanced. The top was just too much. So I added a 3rd canvas, and it helped just balance everything a lot better. Then I just found the middle, which is 4 inches on these canvases, and I made a little mark so that I can put the stir sticks right in the center. And then I just put hot glue right on that line and put the stir stick on top. Just like we've mentioned in other videos, we use hot glue for time purposes. We both would recommend using something stronger like E6000. To finish off the tray, I just added the handle, and I did add it when I added the 3rd canvas back on. I did put the handle slightly higher. And just like I mentioned earlier, the 3rd canvas really just helps it look a lot more balanced.
For this project, we're going to be using 3 of these tin cans. Now you want to make sure you get these small ones, not the full size ones. Usually there's like tuna fish or chicken that come in these ones. And then go ahead and remove the wrapping, and we're going to spray paint these. It can be any dark color really. This is just a dark one that I have. It's charcoal chalk paint from Rustoleum, and give it a good coat of spray paint. While we're waiting for the paint to dry on our cans, we can move on to the clothespins. So for staining, I like to take them apart. You don't have to do this, you definitely can leave it together, but sometimes you can miss different areas since it's hard to get in between them when they're together. So I choose to take them apart and then stain them. Now I'm using this dark walnut stain from Minwax, and originally I was going to use a rag, but I felt like it was a little bit difficult to get in some of those crevices, so I switched to a foam brush, painted it on, and then wiped the excess off with the rag. After we have them all stained, we can put them back together. If you're wanting an easier way, I would definitely just leave it together and try and get as much coverage as you can. It can be a little bit of a pain putting them back together. That's just what I choose to do. Now, as you can see here, there's some of the paint missing off the can. I just did a quick fit before this just to make sure everything was looking good. That's why you can seal the paint on the can if you'd like to, but it's really not necessary since the clothespins will be covering all of that up. And then what we can do is just start clipping these on, going all the way around. And then where there's a little bit of the paper from the label, I would put that on the back. And then once you get towards the back, you will need to space them out just a little bit so that it all fits on there correctly. I wanted to give you guys a few different options that you could go with when this is complete. So the first one, obviously just being a little planter. You could put some greenery or flowers in here, and I think it would look really pretty just like that. Another option would be to put some sort of light source in there, whether that's just like a puck light or a candle. Now, these are some smaller candles from Dollar Tree. Couldn't find the bigger one, but you could definitely put one of those. I wouldn't do a real candle just because of the wood and stain. Some sort of electric candle I think would work perfectly. Now, another option would be putting an actual live plant in there or some herbs. This I think would look really good if you had a pot or a liner to go in there with some soil, and you could put this in your kitchen with some live herbs, and then with this little chalkboard you could put the names on there. I thought that was a really fun, cute idea, or even glue it on the front like this. You could see here would definitely be a great option that you could go with. If you do go with that option, again, you would just want to make sure you have like a liner or a pot to go in there to hold the soil. And then the last option is kind of what I mentioned, and like a puck light or another electric source for light would make a really cool light. You could put it out like on your patio furniture or something like that. I think it would look really pretty that way. Let me know though what you guys think in the comments, which option you'd go with if you're doing this.
For our final project of this video, we will grab one of these Dollar Tree hula hoops and go ahead and take off the whole outer casing and then undo the middle part and take out all the beads inside. Once you've taken the beads out, just put some hot glue on that part and put it back together just so that it doesn't come undone. I spray painted the whole thing with 2 coats of this Krylon gloss white spray paint. For the greenery that's going to go on the outside, I'm using this really cute eucalyptus pick from Walmart. I highly recommend getting all greenery and some flowers from Walmart instead. Usually it's around the same price, but it looks a lot better than Dollar Tree. And then I attached everything using Dollar Tree zip ties. You can use hot glue, but it does tend to be pretty messy, and this works just fine. Once you've cut them all off, just slightly bend it so it follows the curvature of the hula hoop. To attach it, we will be using those zip ties, so grab one of them and just go around the base of the eucalyptus, and then when you go down the whole hula hoop, you will overlap them, and then you can put the zip tie more in the center. Once it's nice and snug, you'll just want to cut off the excess. And then you will just keep doing this process for the whole hula hoop. So the next one, you do need to overlap all of them just so that you don't see the zip tie, but you can place the zip ties pretty much wherever you want. If you're ever wondering what products we use, we have a list of all the items in the description. This is how much just one of the bundles gets you on this hula hoop. I used 3 bundles and then just one from a 4th. You can also add flowers. You can paint this gold or black and just do the eucalyptus a third or even half of the way. You have tons of options when you're making this.
If you guys enjoyed these farmhouse videos, don't forget we have a full playlist of our other farmhouse projects, so we will leave a link for that right here so you can jump through and watch those, and also a link for our last video. As always guys though, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video.